Thank you so much, Heidi. And first of all, thank you all for showing up. This is just a moment of self-care for you, and I'm so proud you're here on your mat. That said, this is a little bit of a mat class for tonight, so if you have a space you can sit down on the floor. You don't need to have a mat. It's always nice to have a little bit. We're going to do a very gentle session today. So let's go ahead and get started. I want you to find your seat. And what I mean by that is I want you to find your pelvis sitting and connecting with the floor. So if you kind of shimmy side to side, you're gonna find your sit bones. And so I want you to sit right on top of them, not over them and not behind them, just right on top. Let your hands rest on top of your knees. And from there, I want you to imagine the sternum, which is your bone right in front of your heart, and see if you can just slightly elevate this upward. You have my full permission to never pull your shoulders back for posture. Your shoulders do not hold your spine up. So let them relax. Create space between your shoulders and your ears. And start to connect to your body first. Visualize how your body is in the space that you're in right now in relation to the room. Notice the quality of the air that surrounds you. Notice the floor underneath you. Then notice the way clothing sits on your body. Your pants, your shirt, maybe your toes inside your socks, maybe how you pulled your hair up in a ponytail, or if your glasses are sitting on your ears and your bridge of your nose. Then develop a sense of an entire outline of your whole body. Notice the areas that draw your attention immediately, and the areas that you might not feel connected to at all. Oh, you're not. And from here, can you start to pay attention to the breath as you inhale fully and exhale completely? See if you can breathe into the space that feels like it's drawing a lot of your attention. And send that more exhalation. So on every exhale, see if you can open up space in that area. Visualize it expanding, releasing, like a valve opening. Now the areas that you feel that you haven't paid much attention to and that you've forgotten about, see if you can drive your inhalation there. Inhale and expand and open into those spaces. Then take in a deep inhale and sigh it out completely. I want you to inhale and reach your arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring the arms down as you sweep them behind you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Now inhale, reaching up. Grab the right arm with the left hand and just give it a gentle stretch over towards the left. And release back to center. Switch hands, reaching up and over towards the right now. Inhale back to center. And exhale, sweep the hands back. Inhale, bring the hands forward but stay low. And stack your fists on top of each other and rest your forehead down. Inhale. And exhale. Start to let the shoulders relax down away from the ears. Let your forehead sink in heavy into your fists. Inhale, reaching up one more time. Exhale, bring the hands behind you onto fingertips. So make little tents with your hands, and I want you to open up the heart, spreading the collarbones wide. Exhale, coming back down to center. Good. From here, I would like you to bring your right hand right behind your neck. And your fingers are going to reach around to the left side of your neck. From here, we're going to gently pull on our head, twisting the head over towards the left. Inhale back to center. Reach round and twist gently towards the left. Inhale back to center. Let's do that 2 more times. Reaching on the side of the neck, pulling on those spinous processes. Good. Slowly back to center. 1 more. As you turn towards the left, supporting the cranium with your palm. And gently back to center. Drop the hand down and bring it over and across to the shoulder muscle and give it a couple of squeezes. So you can work this upper trap muscle by giving it a little bit of attention and then working it up the neck into the sternocleidomastoid muscle, which sits right on the front of the neck towards the clavicle. And if you find any areas of restriction, just spend some time to release that. Good. If you want to come down the arm and into the forearm, you can do some squeezes there also. Good. Once you get down to the hand, you can squeeze out the hand and just pull the fingers loose. Then drop the hands on top of the knees, close your eyes, and I want you to notice what you notice. So feel the neck area. Notice that we've just done this mobilization technique to improve our mobility and unload some of the muscles. And we also started to release some of the tension throughout the left shoulder girdle. The right might not feel that way. So let's try and balance that out now. We're going to use our left hand and use the left fingers to reach around on the neck and grab on the opposite side of your spinous process. So you're grabbing right over here and the palm is kind of supporting the base of your head. From here, we're gonna look to the right as we gently pull on those fingers to turn the head towards the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, turn, twisting gently at the spine. Inhale back to center. Let's do 2 more. Gently twisting. Good, back to center. One last one. Beautiful, gently release. Bring the hand down, and again, we're gonna release these muscles that might have some referral pain patterns that can be part of our headache. Oftentimes, people with migraine have a secondary headache that overlaps it. That could be a cervicogenic headache or a tension type headache. And it's just one more layer of the cake that we don't need. Let's simplify it. Going all the way down the arm, into the palm, fingers, and maybe just pull the fingers out. Bringing the hands down on the knees now. Relax the shoulders and notice what you notice. Taking a deep breath and exhale, sigh it out. I want you to bring both hands behind the head now, and you're going to interlace your fingers and your thumbs are going to point down. So let's bring our hands back into the nape of our neck. And what I want you to do is grab onto the head and gently pull upwards, very, very gently and slightly, to give a little bit of traction to the back of the head. This should never produce any pain. It should feel kind of good and alleviating. A lot of people with migraine have a lot of pressure at the occiput and at the base of the skull. And I always tell my patients it's kind of a very congested area. So by opening this up, we really can get some nice release. Good. From here, release that traction, but keep your hands on the back of your skull. And then we're gonna gently, just at the very top of our neck, bend forward. So I don't need your chin to come all the way down to your chest. Instead, it's almost like you're trying to hold a pencil underneath your chin. So the very top part of your neck is flexing down, and we're stretching out the suboccipital muscles here. I want you to very gently allow the weight of the hands to stretch out these muscles. I don't want you to pull hard here. Breathe. You can stay here or add on a slight right rotation. Breathing in here before coming back to center and twisting gently to the left. Good. Gently come back to center. Bring the arms down. Interlace your hands, making a fist. And I want you to lengthen the arms forward, rounding in the spine, bringing the chin down towards the chest. You should feel a big stretch in between your shoulder blades and the upper back. Now you can stay here if you'd like, or you could add on more by gently lifting the palms up towards the sky, letting the shoulder blades drift apart. Breathe here. And exhale, release. Let's do a couple big shoulder rolls going back. Good. I want you to twist to the right. We're sliding the right hand to the right hip while the left hand is on the inside of the left knee, looking over our right shoulder. Then gliding back to center as we gently twist towards the left, looking over our left shoulder. Move at your own pace now as you go into spinal rotation. Gently alternating sides, exhaling at the end before you inhale back to center. Good. Come back to the center now and gently walk your hands forward, lengthening out your spine as much as you can. Keep your sit bones down. Keep your neck relaxed. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like to add on an acupressure point, you're going to come down onto your elbows with your thumbs up. You're going to place your thumbs right on the inside ledge of the inside of your eyebrow. And from here, you're going to let your head relax into this pressure point. It might feel a little bit spicy, so try to dosage the amount of pressure you're giving until it feels like a comfortable pressure. Breathe here. Beautiful. Then sweep your hands across your forehead and slowly come back up. Good. We're going to come onto hands and knees for just a moment. I want you to round the spine, push up into cat pose, and then inhale, gently looking up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow, spreading the collarbones wide. Exhale to cat one more time. Beautiful. Then start to come down onto your stomach. And what we're going to do here is I want you to bring your elbows down again, and you're going to kind of rest your head into your hands. And I want to see if you can take the tension out of your neck. So you can stay here if that feels most comfortable. Other people might like to drop their head down a little bit more, so I want to make sure your elbows are nice and close. And you rest your forehead right on top of your forearms, right here. And what feels good about this is the neck can kind of relax, but we're opening up the shoulder girdle and we get that nice pressure on the front of our head. Oftentimes, my headache patients find that giving counter pressure on an area that has a lot of pressure feels really satisfying. So I'm trying to give you ideas of how to manage that when you're in an attack. Whatever pose you're in, I want you to focus on your breathing here. This is called crocodile pose. And what this does is our anterior ribs, our front rib cage can't expand. So we have to breathe into the back body. As we do that, we get this lovely expansion of our low back, giving a little bit of traction there, releasing muscles in the low back. I often visualize this as an internal massage to my low back. As I inhale, it lengthens. As I exhale, it relaxes. Go ahead and slowly come out. You're going to bring your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Hands flat on the floor. This is Sphinx pose. We're gonna push our heart up out of our elbows and spread our collarbones wide as we look straight forward. You might feel a little bit of work in your back, and that's okay. We're building up some of our postural muscles here. And I still want you to inhale, feel your rib cage, exhale, let everything release. Do that for 2 more breath cycles at your own pace. Then slowly lower down, make a little pillow with your hands, and gently rock your hips from side to side. Good. From here, bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Push all the way up and back into a child's pose. As your hips come all the way down onto your heels, your arms can be overhead, or if you like the version of your arms alongside your body, you're welcome to do that as well. Some people like to stack their fists and rest their head here. Find what works for you. This is your practice. And what you do today might not be the same as what you do tomorrow, and that's okay. Good. Gently come back up. What we're going to do now is come into our final relaxation pose. I'm going to offer you a version of final relaxation that might feel really good for you. So I know you're all in your living rooms, most likely. I'm going to grab a chair and put it at the end of my mat. So imagine this is your couch or your dining room chair. I'm gonna sit on the floor right in front of my chair. I'm gonna place my hands behind me, and I'm gonna swivel and bring my feet up onto the couch or the chair. And from here, my arms are gonna come out, and I'm in my final relaxation pose. This should feel really nice on the low back, on the upper back. You should feel this nice gravitational pull of blood coming back down out of the lower extremities forth towards the heart. So it's a really wonderful lymphatic drainage, and it feels very calming and grounding. So you're welcome to set yourself up with this. For the part of the relaxation, I will be sitting up just to describe everything. But please take your spot. Once you're down in your position, go ahead and see if you can just shimmy the shoulder blades down underneath you and move them kind of towards the pelvis. You'll feel like your neck gets really nice and long. But then go ahead and relax the shoulders. So see where they just end up after that. If your palms are out to the side, make sure that the palms are turned up versus turned in. We want to open up the shoulder girdle here. Take a moment to feel your internal landscape. Notice the thoughts. Are they generally calm? Do they feel quick? Do they feel organized? No need to change, just observing the effects of doing a little bit of yoga on the mind. Then notice the heart space. and sense what's going on for your emotions, whether you're feeling anxious or sad, or if you're feeling elated, you're feeling good today. Notice what shifted in the half an hour practice as you dedicated time to your own body and self-care. And notice the body and see if it has this more sense of expansion throughout the limbs, the spine. Notice if you feel more connected from those areas that didn't have enough attention, and if they feel more included in the whole body. Notice if you feel different in the areas where you had more pain or a density of feeling. There's no judging here, it's just noticing. With every in and exhale, try and let your body relax a little bit deeper. Breathing in, I'm aware of my inhale. Breathing out, I'm aware of my exhale. In breath, out breath. In breath, out breath. And gently taking a deeper breath and sigh it out. Very consciously, just start to move your left hand and then your right hand. Left toes, right toes. And then gently let your head just drop from side to side. Taking another deep breath and exhale fully and completely. You are welcome to stay in this position of relaxation for as long as you like. Or if you'd like to seal up your practice, close hands to the heart for the namaste.
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 Thank you all for coming to share your practice with us tonight. So glad you're here. Mouse for Migraine is just so wonderful for putting this together. And thank you, Heidi, for facilitating this session. I really appreciate it. I always open up the floor at the end of my sessions if anybody wants to share what they're going through, or if you have questions about yoga, please let me know.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Diana.
Yeah, so I do yoga pretty often, and the studio that I go to is kind of intense, and they do like hot yoga. I'm just wondering if there are certain poses that we should not be doing.
Gosh, it's such a great question. So, by and large, you have to be careful with some of the inversions. But that said, depending on your skill level and how you're feeling, I actually am a teacher who always integrates like downward dog, for example, in my yoga classes, because even though there's so many people who are fearful, they've been told they shouldn't do downward dog, there are a lot of people who actually can do it. And, migraine is such a disease of limitation. And I always stand on this ground of like, we should be trying as much as we can to keep things in the mix, but your body will let you know if you pay really close attention. Like, oh, that's starting to tighten up some of those muscles, or that's not having a really positive effect on my headspace right now. That could be something that you can pay attention to and just change it into something that would benefit you. I mean, yoga's got so many poses, you can always make adaptations that work just for you. So that's a great question. And good job on your yoga practice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? If not, I definitely want to thank Juliana. That was really wonderful. And I feel so much more mindfully aware of all the muscles and how I'm doing. And I just want to share a couple of announcements. Elizabeth, did you want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I have taken a lot of yoga for migraine classes, and this was by far the best one that I've taken. So thank you so much.
Okay.
Really
Thank you so
awesome.
much.
Great.
Where have you been all my life?
I'm right here in Phoenix.
But that kind of segues. Juliana, you've hosted before, right? So we have videos. So go to Miles for Migraine's YouTube channel and you can catch up on some of Juliana's previous sessions and some of the other mindfulness sessions.
100%. Yeah. Go check it out.
In 2 weeks, we'll be meeting again with Lisa Benson to have creative writing. So I see a lot of faces who haven't been to the writing sessions before. I urge you to come. It's really great. And then I also just want to let you know there's an education event on Tuesday, July 18th, Transforming Migraine Care Through Collaborative Patient and Provider Learning. And then on Monday, July 24th, there'll be a fun bingo night that you can go to. That's one of the social events. And if you're interested in learning more about advocacy, the Act Now Advocacy Connection Team for Fellows and Patients, it's a training program, starts in August. So check that out. It's a great way to become a stronger advocate. And thanks so much for taking this time for yourself. And thank you, Juliana.
Thank you, Miles.
Have a good
Thank
night.
you. Good night, everyone.
Good night.